Healthcare organizations are complex environments where almost everything is interconnected, which also makes them vulnerable to cyber attacks from multiple angles. So the question is, who would want to harm a healthcare organization and what is their motivation? There are multiple reasons which can range from seeking to cause reputational damage to an organization. It can be a political motivation or, as the most common motivation, for financial reasons. So how can someone draw financial profit at the cost of a healthcare organization? The profit is related to stealing healthcare data, which can hold a considerable black market value. In our videos on digital healthcare technologies and data in healthcare, you learned about the type of data stored by healthcare organizations, which also includes medical records. A single medical record of a patient can contain highly sensitive information ranging from personal data like the name, birthday, home address and contact information over social insurance numbers up to more detailed information about someone's health situation and lifestyle. It has been evidenced that the black market value of an individual medical record can reach up to $500 per file, and clinical databases can hold thousands of such records. But data theft is not the only type of threat for a healthcare organization. For some reason, an attacker could take control of the critical IT infrastructure, gaining access to medical devices or physical systems like a building's power supply, and shut them off with potentially disastrous results. Now let's take a closer look at where these threats come from. The threatening actor is not always an outsider with malicious intentions. In fact, a careless employee who is unaware of the action or was an employee willfully harming the health organization poses an equal cybersecurity threat. So in other words, the threat to a healthcare organization can be external as well as internal. An external actor is anyone not affiliated with the organization, which can be individual hackers, competitors, criminals, or terrorist organizations. The attack patterns employed by external attackers are manifold. I will just highlight a couple of the most common examples. There's physical theft, where an intruder gains unauthorized building access and can tap into workstations, servers, physical files, medical devices in order to steal, destroy, or manipulate data. The next form of attack is hacking, which means an attacker exploits one or several vulnerabilities of an IT system to gain unauthorized access and, similar to a physical intrusion, steals, manipulates or deletes critical data. Then there is malware, which are computer programs containing malicious code that usually are unintentionally downloaded by an employee from a website or from an email attachment. Once installed, they allow a cybercriminal to not only gain access to the data of the infected workstation, but potentially larger parts of the network, which includes other workstations, accessing databases with medical records, or critical parts of the technical infrastructure. A rarer form of attack is dropping a USB drive filled with malware in a public area of an organization's building, such as the parking lot or waiting halls, hoping that, out of curiosity, an employee picks up the device, plugs it into the workstation, and delivers the malware package to the organization's network. Distributed denial of service attacks, in short DDoS attacks, are a form of attack in which cybercriminals flood exposed online services with a large amount of requests, which either considerably slows them down or makes them completely inoperable. So healthcare staff that relies on these online services, for example to access a patient's data or to perform other duties which are part of the daily routine, will be severely limited in doing so. Finally, social engineering and phishing attacks, in which an external attacker manipulates a healthcare staff member into providing sensitive information, which, for example, can be used to access healthcare data. Aforementioned threats inside an organization can include current or past employees or business partners that have been given access to internal systems or restricted data. While most of the external threats have a malicious motivation, the majority of insider attacks, especially in the healthcare industry, may occur out of curiosity, out of carelessness towards standard security procedures, or as a lack of awareness on potential damage. One of the more common threats from the inside of an organization is naturally the physical theft of digital devices, such as notebooks, tablets, or portable storage media, or stealing access cards to use for consequential criminal activities. Social engineering is also an inside threat in which an employee falls victim to the manipulation of an external attacker and out of helpfulness grants them access to a restricted area. Another risk factor is the unauthorized download or transfer of sensitive data onto personal storage devices or cloud storage accounts, which can include anything from private mailboxes, Dropbox accounts, or social media platforms. Tied to this is the abuse of employee privileges and data sharing with third parties or the public, such as sharing insights on a patient record with people from their common social circles or spreading information about famous public figures. To sum it up, statistics show that a vast percentage of past attacks were caused by external attackers who exploit internal vulnerabilities. To counteract this trend and increased awareness in cybersecurity and its implication on their daily business is very important for employees working in the healthcare sector. In the next video, we will take a closer look at all types of cyber attacks and provide guidelines for helping you remain cyber secure.